Sorry. Who loves horses?
Oh,
We did.
We do.
Awesome.
yes.
You know nothing about show jumping, right?
No.
Okay. So this is pursuance. I'll talk about that later. I am Joan Stapelfeldt. So show jumping is about partnership, obedience, harmony between horse and rider. If you don't have all that, you're going to have serious problems on course, because if you don't have that, you'll run into falls, or refusals, or time penalties. You'll just run into major problems, so you just basically wasted your time on a course. You need every course on show jumping has colored poles. That's the best way to distinguish between hunters and jumpers. And there's also a time limit. Penalty points, refusals and rail down is 4 penalties. After 3 refusals, it's elimination. Horse or rider fall is automatic elimination, because they don't want to be liable for any issues if there are problems on course. The end goal is to have clear rounds. So, tack-wise, you will typically see a figure 8 bridle, bit, draw band, and reins. You will also have a jump saddle, which is 4 cut flat, right here on the knee roll. You have to raise your stirrups the higher the jumps go. Running martingale you will not always see. It helps prevent the horse from raising its head up too much. And it hooks to the girth and wraps around the neck. You will also see in show jumping typically tendon boots for the fronts and the rears for protection in case the horse is too close from the front and too close from behind. Some horses actually cross their legs, which is very concerning. Can knock a rail down, or the horse can actually fall. And of course the girths to hold the saddle in. Types of fences. Vertical, also called an upright. That is the most difficult to jump and very imposing to look at. The horse has to rock back on his hind legs a whole lot more. Next one is an oxer. Being 2 verticals, can be short as a distance of this width or as wide as this. Second easiest to jump. For a triple bar, that is the easiest to jump. It's the most inviting. The front pole is lowest, the middle is the second highest, and the third back bar is the highest. You will typically see that on its own or in a combination. Liver poles. The horses don't like the reflection of the water, so you will typically see on its own or under a jump to test to see if the horse is really paying attention and really going to pick up his feet. Combinations are typically one stride between 3 jumps or 2 jumps. Usually starts with an offset or a vertical. Levels. The lowest level is 2'3" to 2'6", at least in local level. But the lowest in A shows is 2'9" to 3 foot, being low adult or junior amateur, and it can go up to Grand Prix and pursuance. Grand Prix is the most common highest of 4'7" to 1.60 m, being 5'6" or 5'3". Pursuance. You jump a number of jumps, like 2 or 3 jumps, and then you have to come up to this massive wall as you saw in the beginning. That raises up a little higher and higher and higher, and can go up to 8 foot. Try jumping that. Okay, the fun part for me. Technicality. First thing, when you get on course, you get a 45-second countdown. Within that 45 seconds, you need to start your course. If you go over that, the timer's already automatically going to start. So you have to go through these lasers. And also at the end, you have to go in between those lasers again to end your time. You have to, for the technicality, it's a certain amount of strides between each jump. You have to lengthen and shorten your stride, so that's where the test of partnership and obedience between horse and rider come into play. Typically, of course, a lot is on average 8 jumps to sometimes 16 jumps. It depends on the type of the competition, whether it being a Grand Prix, a Derby, or pursuance. But overall, it is very, very fun, very testing. Bravery is required. Lots to maintain.